Hi everyone. I'd like to talk about the film Older Brother, Younger Sister, which is a film produced in Japan in 1953 and directed by Mikio Naruse. The plot is interesting. It is about a family, father, mother, and three children, two girls and one boy. The children are all grown up, and then we can see in the beginning of the film that the father isn't having a good financial moment. He used to work with his boats and his employees in the river of the village, but nowadays they are facing hardships and he is no longer as successful as he used to be in the past. The mother, she has a small grocery store in the village, and both daughters, they lived in Tokyo. They worked and studied there. And one day, one of the daughters returns home and she's pregnant because she had an affair with a student, and she returns home all alone and pregnant. Of course, that it was a very, very ticklish situation because it was a very small village in an era still full of prejudices, still very old-fashioned. So it was a shock to her family, especially to the brother, who was the oldest son. He was very, very angry with his sister and he scolded her a lot. He argued with her a lot. And the parents and the sister, they tried to make things better because the pregnant sister was suffering. She wasn't well. But the brother, he couldn't handle his anger. And he became more and more violent with his sister. One day, all of a sudden, after some months, more or less, it appears in the village the father of the baby, the student with whom one of the daughters had an affair in Tokyo. But it wasn't exactly a good thing. He showed up. He apologized for what he did. He offered money to the family, but he didn't specifically say that he would marry their daughter. And it was a kind of awkward situation, but okay. He talked to the woman's parents and left the house. But while he was leaving the house, the brother has seen him and followed the guy. And he was so angry that he beat up the guy and he didn't fight back. He was very scared and ran away. And the brother also said what he was feeling, that it was an insult what he did with his sister. It was an insult that he didn't talk directly about marriage, that his sister was suffering, that his sister was no longer the same person she used to be. Okay. And then life went on. And after a while, after the pregnant sister got to know that the father of her baby was beaten up by her brother, she argued with her brother beat her up. It was a very, very unpleasant situation at home. At the same time, the other sister, she had feelings for a guy of the village, and she wanted very much to marry him. But even the sister of the pregnant woman, she faced lots of prejudice in the village because people thought she would be just like her sister, she would end up being pregnant, and that she wasn't a good person. And the family of the guy she liked prohibited her to talk to him. And once the guy told her that he would like to elope with her and live in Tokyo, she almost eloped with him, but then she regretted that and returned home. And the pregnancy of the daughter, it was a very delicate situation for the entire family because of the strict customs of the era. And there's all those problems. And one day, all of a sudden, the pregnant sister, crying a lot, she left home and returned to Tokyo. She visited her family once in a while, but she never gave her address to anyone of her family. She went there from time to time to talk, to visit, and that's it. And then in the end of the film, we can see both sisters talking on a road, going to Tokyo, and the baby and the child is never shown. The pregnant woman is never shown with a big belly. I don't know if it was usual to show pregnant women in Japan, in the cinema at the time. And we can see that as time passed, as she got to visit her family, and the situation was more and more natural. It's a nice film, even though I found it very strange that they didn't show the kid in any moment. They didn't show her with the pregnant body, with the big belly. And at a certain point in the film, they even forgot completely about the kid. It was all about the quarrels in the family and that. But it's an interesting film about human relations, about how the costumes evolved throughout the decades. And the Japanese cinema always have delicate plots, very good actings. And here it's no different. So I really think that you're going to like this film. I would give it a try if I were you. That's all for now. See you.